The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now listening to the Allen and DJ Show on 103.5 FM WLSP-LP, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We're here to talk about self-improvement, lifestyle, and becoming the very best version of yourself.
You're now listening to the Allen and DJ Show.
Yo, 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 Milwaukee, Sun Prairie, and all the surrounding areas. Y'all know what time this is, man. It's time for the Allen and DJ TV show program. Matter of fact, we should say podcast show because, man, we did the TV yesterday. It was a long day yesterday. I'm burnt out and fatigued, but, you know, we going to make it do what it do. And, you know, Bambi the Deer got on me today, DJ.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. You know, she's saying, like, you know, sometimes she don't know which hat I'm wearing. Sometimes do I feel like I'm a boss or do I feel like I'm a leader? I said, well, Bambi, like I'm a leader because I feel like I'm leading you out of every situation that we get into. And, you know, she had to say, yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, you are a leader. Then I said, sometimes, you know, you have to be a boss too. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what, Bambi, I think I'm going to do a show on that today. And then I said, let me get with my dirty DJ real quick and, you know, we're going to break it down for you. So today I want to talk about the difference between being a leader and a boss.
Okay.
So without further ado, let's give it to them that the way the Allen and DJ show know how to bring it to you. So with that being said, bullet point number 1, we're going to do something different. So we're going to talk about focus, but let's talk about focus between a leader and a boss, DJ.
Okay. This is good, man. Now, first of all, like when it comes down to focus, as a leader, what happens is the leader aims to make a positive impact and change to the world. But they also focus on influence through inspiration, guidance, and empowerment.
I like that. I like that. Okay. And I agree with you on that because I feel like being a leader gets everybody involved, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, with a leader, their job to me, I feel like they inspire, they motivate. They foster a positive and collaborative environment.
Absolutely.
So when you're doing that, you know what I'm saying, like it gets everybody involved because a leader, so let's say if I'm not a leader and, you know, I'm always looking for someone to lead me. I know like with a leader, you know, they can kind of, you know, get the job done. Like, and then they also inspire you I would say to just even bring more out of you.
Absolutely. And now we're going to cover the boss portion of focus. Like when it comes down to focus, the boss, what their focus is mainly on profit. Like their focus is also on authority, which means like they just want to get stuff done, and they're going to use commands and directions in order to get that product done. I mean, to get the service done.
So to me, I feel like a boss is more about, I want to say they still please other people. Because a leader don't think like that. A boss, they manage tasks well. They ensure deadlines are met, and they like to maintain control. But they like things to be at a steady, even keel. But deadlines have to get met. What about with a leader? We're going to get this all figured out. And we're going to get involved as a team, and we're going to get this thing figured out. So, you know, that's what I like. When it comes to, I want to say with leadership. So I'm going to follow more on the leadership role on this one, DJ. Like,
okay.
What about you? Like, do you like it from the boss standpoint or the leadership one?
I like it from the leadership standpoint. Like, the reason why I like it that way is because, like, you're holding everybody else accountable as well as yourself.
Most definitely. And then, so let's go with bullet point 2. Let's talk about approach. So when we talk about making the approach when it comes to leadership, I'm going to say approach to me means like empowering team members, encouraging, and like motivating and prioritizing growth and development. So when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, taking the approach, like, you know, you're looking at the situation. So you say, okay, look, let me guide us through this. And as the leader, I'm going to make sure we get through this. And then as we come out of this, I want to make sure that I bring the best out of you. I bring the best out of you. I want to bring the best out of the cat down the road. And we're going to get this thing on track so we can grow and develop as leaders. Because like a leader want everybody to be leaders.
Absolutely. And you're absolutely right, Al. Like, I was gonna almost say the same thing, but like, as a leader, like they do foster to the collaboration, and it builds a trust factor between your leaders and your actual staff. But what you're also, as a leader, allowing is your staff to also take ownership for their own work, and you're sharing the responsibilities as well.
I like that. So now let's give it to them from the boss standpoint.
Absolutely. Like, and I took it from a negative approach, but it's not always like that. But the boss sometimes rule by fear and sometimes by just control. But they prefer to micromanage and dictate, which is not always a bad thing because you have employees and staff that sometimes slack off. So sometimes you have to be on their case. Or sometimes you have to micromanage, but it just depends on what staff you need to micromanage and which staff you don't need to micromanage, because you don't need to micromanage every staff.
And then, like, to me, you ever notice the boss still always have a boss? So, like, don't get mad at me because I got to talk to my boss. Hey, Ned be wiggling and stuff. I'm like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Turkey neck.
I'm like, turkey neck be jiggling and wiggling. So, you know, like, so from, like, a boss standpoint, they approach maybe rely on authority, issuing orders and expecting like compliance. So expecting you to get the job done basically in so many words. And like DJ said, I can agree with you more. To a degree, yes, you have to have that. Mm-hmm. But where's the motivation coming in at? So what if I'm in fear that like I just feel like I can't do it. And, you know, I don't want to make, you know what I'm saying, you mad or whatever, whatnot. Then like that's when they want to flex their muscle basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this ain't done a certain amount of time. I'm going to give everybody a corrective action instead of saying, okay, how you feeling today? What was the problem? Dude, look, I understand what you're going through, but you got to put that to the side. I need you to get your head in the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Maybe later on, you know, we can sit down and talk about it. A leader going to, you know what I'm saying, spend time with his teammates and learn every teammate.
Absolutely.
So for this one, I'm going to have to give it to the leader again.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
2 for 2, huh?
2 for 2, man. I'm going to have to give it to the leader.
Yeah. I'm pretty much going to have to go in the same direction because, like, when it comes down to the approach and stuff like that, it seems like more people follow the leader as opposed to following the boss, because like you can give a direct order, and even if you get micromanaged, it's a chance that once that manager leaves or once that boss leaves, hey, they're gonna go and still do what they need to do. I mean, they still gonna go do what they want to do, as opposed to like a leader. Now I want to do it because I not only want to impress that person, but I want to impress myself. Because true. It still has to get done.
Yep. It still get done. And then I'm going to go with bullet point 3, decision making.
Oh, okay.
So taking this one from a leader standpoint, DJ, I want you to break this one down for the people out there.
Okay. And basically, like, when it comes down to decision making, as a leader, you could innovate and encourage creative solutions. They also set clear direction and vision and guiding their team towards a common goal and help them understand the purpose of the goal.
That's true. You know, like when it comes to decision-making values, that I input in collaboration and seeking to build like everybody's confidence. Mm-hmm. Because as a leader, I'm trying to make sure, once again, I'm bringing the best out of you. Because at the end of the day, I need to get this ship rolling. So if I got you know what I'm saying, that's like kind of, I don't know, man, I'm slacking today, man, everybody saying I'm dumb, then that's me supposed to come in as a leader now. Like, leadership is built in many different ways. So, like, the way DJ taught to me not be the way DJ could talk to Will, or like the way DJ taught to, you know, Colin might not be the way DJ could talk to John, because leadership going different ways. Some people just need to say, dog, bro, look, man, I know you can do this, man. Believe in yourself. Some people got to give them a swift kick in the butt.
Yep.
And some people like me, you just got to tell them, man, bro, like, I just don't think you could do it. And matter of fact, a lot of people don't think you could do it. That's the wrong thing you want to tell me, because then I'm gonna drive overtime. And I know, I always say this. I said, like my barber, shout out to Pat, man, aka Street Glide. Look for him on Facebook and Instagram, and then DJ and a few more other people that I know. They know how to tish those buttons. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna press out, just say he can't do nothing. And I swear, like, that's what drives me. But leaders know how to do that. They know how to pull it out of you.
Absolutely. Now coming from a boss standpoint, like what a boss does when it comes down to decision making is they administrate and enforce rules, but they also assign tasks. Sometimes with explanation, but a lot of times they don't supply an explanation. But their primary focus is to get stuff done.
Right. So they like to they could be in real on focusing on like efficiency, and then they like to focus on results. Mm-hmm. And I'm big on that to a degree.
Absolutely.
I'm all about results. Like, let's get the results, man. Like, let's get the job done. So I'm gonna say with this one, man, I think that this one could be a tie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give it to both boss and leadership in this one, because yes, leaderships like to make collaborations and build everybody up, but you also need to get the job done. Like, you need results. You know what I'm saying? And like, you have to focus on efficiency as well.
Absolutely. And like I said, like I'm gonna go with a tie too, but I'm gonna lean a little bit towards the boss.
Okay.
Just because, like, with a boss, like, you need to get the stuff done, and at the end of the day, it's all about results. Like, people don't want to know about your problems, or you can leave the problems at the door, because at the end of the day, they hear from their boss, like, they have a direct order to tell the employee what's going on. So what they do is they tell us what was being said to the big wigs, I guess. So figure, like, from the big wigs coming down to him, then, or to her, coming down to us, and now that direct order has to be done because that's what the big wig said, and it has to be done. And like, ain't no explanation, like, or if you got a problem with it, like, they either like send you home or whatever. But at the same time, like, no matter if they're short or not, products still have to be up. Stuff has to still be done because they have a quota. And when they have that particular quota, that has to be met, or else you didn't meet the guidelines that their manager put them on.
I can see that, and I agree with that wholeheartedly, DJ.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of fathering my other bullet point, let's talk about relationship with team. So to me, a leader focuses on building trust and loyalty. And loyalty is real big to me. And acting more as like a role model. Mm-hmm. Like, somebody say, dang, man, dude's so cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just look up to dude, like, he get the job done, X, Y, and Z. So, and like, he displayed loyalty. Mm-hmm. So somebody try to say something about his teammate, like, whether right or wrong, he gonna defend his teammate. Now in private, I might say, dirty, look, man, you tripping. Mm-hmm. But out there in public, he don't know, like, that's still my team. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gonna figure it out.
Absolutely. Like, as a leader, when it comes down to relationship with team, basically, like Al said before, like, they try to connect with their team, and the followers, she also motivates the followers to achieve a common goal. But they also take accountability, and they also use the setbacks as a learning opportunity as well.
So now let's take this from a boss standpoint.
Okay.
So from a boss standpoint, I feel like a boss may create a hysterical structure. And what I mean by that is, like, they focus on performance and overall, like, well-being. And that, to a degree, to me, how do I want to say this? I like both here once again. Mm-hmm. And I say why, because the performance had to be up to point.
Yeah.
It's like getting on this podcast and you're not performing your best today. Like, you got to be up to point.
Absolutely.
Everything needs to be structured and everything. Mm-hmm. But what I like about the leadership is I like how a leader like builds trust and they sustain loyalty.
Okay.
But if I have to choose between them both, I'm gonna lean more towards the leader role.
Okay.
But DJ, let me get your definition of a boss and what you're thinking about.
Okay. What a boss does is like they basically dictates orders. They basically are professional based, meaning like I give you an order, you go do it.
Yeah.
And there ain't no relationship there. It's either I tell you what to do and you just go do it. And sometimes like they blame the team for their failures and mistakes, and which meaning like sometimes like they deflect responsibility away from themselves, which it's not a good thing. But sometimes like situations happen where like their job's on the line, so sometimes they have to play the deflect game.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
So if you had to navigate between the two, which one would you pick?
I want to say boss.
Boss, okay. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, I want to say boss because like.
But I kind of challenge you though. So you would pick that over loyalty and trust when it comes to leadership?
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, like even at my job or even at your job, like y'all have a status to like maintain, and we have to do it. And sometimes if you have to be professional about it, then you got to be professional about it. And sometimes you can't develop relationships like that, and you have to understand like some people can build a relationship to where like I can tell you to do something and then you do it, and then all of a sudden we still friends. But some people can't, and some people have to have that structure in order for them to like get through the work day. So neither one of you can lose your jobs.
That's true. I like that. You don't have to. Yeah, dog. You don't have to bring it out of you. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't like dirty. That's what the leader do. I said, okay, but why did you pick that? But I like that, DJ. Okay, I can see that. And last one, impact. So when it comes to impact, when it comes to leadership, they focus on long-term goals, fostering a sense of purpose, and they like to share a vision. So that way everybody can see the vision.
Absolutely. And for impact, when it comes down to a leader, like what I think is like they encourage the team to think creatively, but they also change the mindset of the team, which meaning like instead of them thinking about themselves individually, they think collectively
as a team. Because once again, I always say it's no I in team.
Absolutely.
Now when it comes to the boss standpoint, they impact on they prioritize short-term goals, and they prioritize short gains that may neglect employee development. So this one right here, I'm going to have to give it to the leader because, a boss do focus on short-term goals. Okay, this the task, let's get it done. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Okay, then now look, you're not worrying about how your team feel.
Nope.
You just handing orders. Get it done. I don't care. It gotta get done. And you're like, dude, calm down a minute. Like, yo, your tie on too tight. God, a toupee shaking like that. You know, one manager you had when he had a curl, like,
oh yeah,
he had a curl in front of dude. I don't care. DJ's the best one I got. I'm like, okay. Wow. Yeah. So, nah, man. With that being said, though, and done, like, man, you have to make sure, like, everybody as a collective be on the same team. So, like, I'm going to roll with the leadership one on this one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to roll with leader.
I'm going to talk about the boss, and then I'll tell you what direction I'm going to go into.
Okay.
What the boss does, basically, is, like, they resist change to minimize the risk. But they do still value their employees to an extent. But they also take it from a professional – take it from a professional standpoint, but they also take it from a positional standpoint, meaning like this is the position I got. I tell you something, I expect you to do it. If you don't do it, then now you disobeying an order.
That's true. So
I'm going to have to roll with the leader.
Okay. And then, I'm going to break this down real quick before we get ready to wrap this up. And, I'd like to give it to it from cooler, closer, and cleaner. Will, I know what you're thinking. But we got to do this, bruh, because they need to understand. So a cooler It's somebody DJ that, now they got the average 9 to 5. You have the McDonald's workers or, the cleaning crew. And you need those type of people in the world because that make the world go around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or cool, it could be just like a role player. They don't want to step in boss role or leadership role, but, they the type that cheer you on. Be your biggest cheerleader. Yeah, you can do it, right? A closer is somebody like a boss, if you ask me. They get the job done. They get you that end result. They may even stay overtime to get the job done. But as long as there's not too many variables being thrown at them, but they can get it done. And a cleaner is somebody like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson, DJ, Will, Allen, who's going to get you that end result over and over and over again. No matter how many obstacles are being thrown at them, like no matter how many variables being thrown at them, and you feel like a Navy SEAL, like you drowning. You feel like I have no other options. Like I have to get it done, and that fosters to me as a leader because not only are you trying to lift yourself up, but you want everybody around you to be good because you feel like if he failed, then I failed, and I don't like failing. Like that's unacceptable in my book. I'm not having that. So. Without, shoes, I hate being late to places. You can ask them. I be blowing in going crazy, So, but that's just how much I demand perfection at times. And everything not going to be perfect, and I get it. But I try to make it as close as possible. But let's talk about the Allen and DJ's final thought. DJ, what's your final thought when it comes to being the leader and the boss?
Mainly, like, all these attributes are good for both the leader and the boss, and in certain situations you need both because like that's how a job will operate is with both, but it just depends on like the situation and it depends on like the person is who you need to be a leader to and who you need to actually perform as a boss with.
I like that. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Boss demands. A boss relies on authority. A boss issues like a lot of tasks to do. Says I, uses people, take the credit. Places the blame like DJ said. They say go and my way is the only way. A leader coaches. A leader relies on goodwill. They build generational and enthusiasm by saying we down. They develop people. Now, they like to give the credit at times. They accept the blame. They say, let's go. And they strengthen in unity. And I think I'm going to roll with the leadership on that one. And once you just became that leader, then you just became the very best version of yourself. Now, this is the Allen and DJ Show. You can find the Allen and DJ Show at gmail.com. If you have any questions about what you want us to talk about next, you can find the Allen and DJ Show on YouTube. And you can also find the Allen and DJ fan page show on Facebook. And then you can find my personal page, Alan Hutchinson, on Instagram and Facebook. And then my dirty William J. Smith, the best producer in-house, on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, man, are you a boss or are you a leader? And if you're a leader like DJ, or a leader like Al, or just a leader like the whole Sun Prairie staff, then shoes, there's nothing else to say. But then just saying stay well, stay healthy.
Peace.